Let us discuss the molding methods which are used to produce certain plastic components, cans, bottles, dolls and certain semiconductor devices. What are them? Blow molding, injection molding, compression molding, transfer molding and calendering. These are certain 5 methods by which we can produce certain plastic goods. Let us discuss one by one. Blow molding. Figure 1, figure 2 and 3. Left part of the mold. Left part of the mold. Right part of the mold. You are seeing 3 different figures. First one, let us concentrate on the first one. Left part of the mold, right part of the mold and parison and certain hose pipe or a hose pipe like a device. See, this is a thin plastic heated material like the tube. which is called as a parison. When these three devices are not grouped into one, these three will appear like this. And see, half of the left part and half of the right part of the mold is nothing but the two halves of the produced component shape. If we combine these two, we will get the produced component like this. So what is the method of production of this molding? See, when these two left part and the right part of the molds are grouped together, and this heated plastic thin walled plastic tube, which is called as parison, is placed here, and a certain air with compressed air with under pressure of 0.7 to 10 kgf per centimeter square pressure, that air will sends to this arrangement. After grouping these two, see, as the compressed air with this pressure is blowing inside the tube, this parison expands like a balloon. Parison expands like a balloon, and during the expansion of this plastic material, it seals the entire cavity presented in the mold pattern. After leaving such a time for solidification, we will stop the compressed air supply, and we will leave the arrangement for certain time for cooling. After setting the produced device, left part of the mold and right part of the mold will be separated, and produced component will be taken out. In this way, we will produce the plastic items. This method is known as blow molding. How this term came? Blow means air blow. Air will blows into this parison with the required pressure, which causes the expansion of the parison and fills the entire cavity, and the produced good will be the same shape as the cavity is having. In this way, we will produce it. By using this, we can produce cans, dolls, and certain bottles like this. And next one, injection molding. injection cylinder, and this is the plunger. This is the plunger. We are seeing a schematic diagram for the injection molding. Injection molding. This is the heating area. Heating area. The schematic diagram representing the method of producing components by using the injection molding. See, from hopper we will pour the granulated plastic into the injecting cylinder. And here we are seeing plunger. Here we will maintain certain temperature, approximately 150 degrees centigrade to 300 degrees centigrade temperature we will maintain. And this is the molding area. This molding area is having the shape into which we have to produce the plastic goods. And here there is a plunger. And as we are supplying the heat to this heating area, under the granulated plastics will melt because of this heating at a temperature 150 degrees centigrade to 300 degrees centigrade. It will melt. So melted plastic or liquid plastic will injected into this molding area at a pressure of 100 to 150 Newton per mm square. This much pressure we will maintain inside the chamber, molding area. So with this pressure this plunger will inject the plastic, liquid plastic into the molding area. So this molding area will be filled up with the liquid plastic, and because of the pressure by which plunger is creating, the job will be left for solidification. After certain time, the produced good will be taken out after the successful completion of the solidification. By using this injection molding technology, we can produce cans, covers, like that, certain household and domestic appliances. And next one, compression. Compression molding. We are drawing the half part of the mold or the lower part of the mold. upper mold, this one lower mold, and this is the cavity. This is the plastic material, and this is a punch. Compression molding. Here we are using mold which contains two parts, upper part and the lower part. Upper mold is having punch and the lower mold is having cavity, and this cavity is having the shape of the produced good. Depending upon the shape of the cavity, we will produce the goods. And here the large quantity of plastic will be provided here. So what is the method? See, by using such an any other agency, we will heat the lower part of the mold. So by heating the lower part of the mold, this plastic will get heated and melts. So as it reaches to the melting point, and this upper mold will compresses this liquid plastic material, and it seals on the cavity presented here. So as upper mold is compressing with the pressure, due to that pressure and compression, this liquid plastic will entirely fills the area of the cavity. So once it seals it, there is a small recess or a gap between this upper part of the mold and the lower part of the mold, and in that gap this liquid plastic will be fills up, and under certain pressure the same will be left for a certain time for solidification. After perfect solidification, these two molds will be removed and the produced good will be taken out. So in this way we will produce the objects by using compression molding. So by seeing the title itself, name itself, we can say, so this is a compression molding, because upper part is compressing the plastic and producing the goods. And next one, transfer molding. Transfer molding. we are discussing transfer mold. Preheaters. This is the mold. This is cavity. This is orifice. Pressure. You are seeing certain setup for transfer molding. See, first object, see, through this hopper, plastic will be heated. Here, in this transfer molding, two stages of heating takes place. A partial heating of plastic takes place in this hopper. As plastic is producing, it will be heated priorly, so it reaches to a certain temperature. When it reaches to the certain temperature, by using certain device like a plunger or a piston, the plastic will be forced to pass through this small orifice. As this liquid plastic is passing through this small orifice, due to friction, some amount of heat will be generated. This heat will also help the plastic to melt properly. And next, the liquid plastic issues into this cavity. This cavity is having certain shape. Depending upon this shape, the produced component will depend upon. And moreover, this mold will also heated properly. So in second stage heating, the plastic will melt perfectly. After melting this, a high pressure will be applied to this liquid plastic and left the job for a certain time for solidification. This solidification time will depending upon the thickness of the produced wood and molding material and temperature and plastic material. All these factors will affect the production of transfer molding. And next one, calendaring. Calendaring is a technique which is used to produce a thin flat plastic sheets from the big or hard plastic sheets. is also roller. This is conveyor belt. This is the hard sheet, which is having high thickness. By using any other available technologies, we will produce a large thickness sheet, and from this larger hard surface sheet we are going to produce a thin, smoothed, flat sheet. So by using this calendering we can produce. Basically, by using any other technologies, the hard and the thick sheet will be produced. That produced thick sheet will be made to pass through the small gap between the two rollers, up and down rollers. These rollers will work under certain pressure. So these two rollers create certain pressure on the sheet. As the rollers are moving, these rollers draws the sheet by compressing it. So the product moving of the plastic sheet in forward direction and as well as reduction in thickness will take place simultaneously. The produced sheet will be transferred through the conveyor belt. In this way, we will produce certain plastic sheets. Best example for the application of this calendering is producing the polyvinyl chloride sheets or plastic PVC long sheets is produced by this calendering.